Well, hello. This is Libra for January 2019. All right, Libra. First of all, Libra, you have a lot of changes coming up. January is going to be pretty much a time for you to experience a similar to a tower moment, meaning that things are going to be forced to get on track, get back in alignment. Doesn't always necessarily have to mean a relationship, but something in your world is going to finally get back in order. Something's going to be forced to, whether it's those closets that you've been letting back up and pile up or hoarding or whatever you're doing. Either that's going to get you're finally going to go through it, throw out the shit that you don't need anymore, and start to just live simply. Or it could be in a relationship where you're finally going to be on point to let go of whatever is negative, whatever keeps holding you back from being who you really could be, okay? There also seems like there is a lot of energy around Libras with money increase. So for the beginning of January, starting then, I do feel like for the year itself, it's going to be pretty positive with money. However, you are going to have to make sure you're careful choosing between your wants and your needs, okay? That's going to be very important. Also, I feel that there is you feeling kind of like something's missing, and that loneliness feeling. There's some of you are going to be having quite a few spells where you're feeling kind of lonely, where you might get tempted to go back to an ex. Don't do that. If you're trying to take somebody back just because you're lonely, then that means you need to come up with a better plan. You need to figure something else out for you to do with your schedule, to keep yourself busy, to keep your mind occupied. Okay, going back to the old things is not going to be new. It is not going to be better. It is not going to change. You're going to repeat the lesson over again. For some of you Libras, some will be moving. Some are changing their residence or had just recently, the very beginning of January, changed your residence. Some of you may be moving back in, maybe with a family member for a temporary time until something else becomes available. Some of you may be moving in with a partner and working on a relationship. I do feel that you will be able to manage this, and I do feel that it's important for Libras to try to minimize the arguments. I don't know who around you has the bad temper, but you don't want to provoke the temper because that will provoke the situation. And then things will turn uglier where you won't be able to control anything in that particular situation, and everybody will lose. So that's your warning for January. All right, now let's start with your cards and see what I got. The first card I had shuffled already, and the first card you got is the Sun card. So we know with the Sun card, it presents feelings of optimism, fulfillment. It represents the dawn, which follows the darkest of nights. So it is the brightness coming. You might have gone through a lot of bullshit in the recent past, but now it is saying that there are better days coming, more brightness ahead, more things to look forward to. And again, this card is representing pretty much your year is going to be very positive. However, the Sun, as we know, is the source of all the life on planet. Okay, on our planet. So it represents life and energy itself. Okay, so in other words, don't take your life for granted. Okay, don't take what you're able to do, your strength, your willpower, things of that nature. Don't take it for granted. Some of you are making a New Year's resolution or have made one, and by the second week, you're not going to want to fulfill it anymore. Do not give up on that, please. Work with your powers, work with the energy, work with your meditations. Try to stick to your resolutions. They're very important. Not so much the resolution itself, but sticking to something. Because Libra, you tend to change things a lot. You tend to go from one thing to the other, searching for that balance. But you need to be able to create your own balance as well, okay? You know, with this picture showing the child being naked, this means that they have nothing to hide. Okay, so this is telling me about Libra, that Libra always comes to the relationship and not trying to hide anything, not trying to keep something from your partner, not trying to keep any secrets. So this is your pureness showing that, and with the horse being white, it shows all purity, okay? Childlike mannerisms, a lot of laughing coming up, a lot of happiness. It also means that you are definitely getting in alignment with yourself. So if things have been feeling in December kind of out of reach, out of touch, out of balance, that's understandable. We have the retrogrades happening and everything else they say, so I get it. But understand that the horse is also of strength and nobility, and you are very strong, Libra. And at times, when you think you don't have anything to give, when you think you need to give up, you will finally get that second breath and be twice as strong once again. So Libra, you don't never run out of your power, okay? So that's the first card, that I got for Libra. The next card that I got for Libra is the Temperance card. And we know with Temperance, that definitely has to do possibly with Sagittarius. So I don't know if Libra is dealing with Sagittarius as well as a water sign. Okay, with the Temperance card, I get that there's an angel with wings. The gender is not immediately obvious, of course, which suggests that there's a balance between the sexes. One foot of the angel is in water to represent the subconscious, while the other foot is on dry land, a representation of the material world. Okay, so some of you may be overspending or wanting to overspend, but the other part of you is trying to balance it out, knowing that, hey, if I only got 300 to spend, I can't give you 600. Okay, so a lot of you, fight back and forth with yourselves on certain things, trying to keep balance, and that's pretty much just the way it goes for Libras. Here she holds 2 cups in a manner, which can be the mix the waters, okay, which represents the super and the subconscious minds. The water flows between them, suggestion of unity and infinity. Okay, so unity and infinity. Okay, so that's definitely something that is infinite about you guys. Always seeking balance, always. Okay, there's definitely a perfect harmony here that comes from the union of dualities. Okay, there's no doubt about that. This advice from this is to test any new waters before jumping into the deep end. So, in other words, take your time with things that are new. Don't try to rush a new relationship, a new situation, a new job. Take it easy. Take one step at a time. Again, stick your big toe in there. Feel the water. Is it hot? Is it cold? Just like when you're ready to get a bath, check the water. So, check whatever it is that you need to check in a situation that you're trying to follow of something new, where there is possibly changes, okay? For a lot of you, I get that you may be dealing with somebody who possibly has the powers, I'm going to say the powers of the Emperor, okay? Definitely the Emperor. The next card I got for you is the Emperor, okay? So you or your mate, okay, very important here, you or your mate, again, in this figure can be seen on his throne, okay, which is adorned with the heads of 4 rams representing his astrological sign of Aries. So this also represents Aries, in case Libra may be dealing with an Aries, okay? In one hand he's carrying a scepter representing his reign and his high to rule, and in the other an orb, a symbol of the kingdom that he watches over, okay? So he's ruling and he's watching over something, making sure that he doesn't miss anything. He's dotting his I's and he's crossing his T's. He's very exact. He's very dominant. He's very strong and very powerful. So whoever this person is that you may know, this is definitely a person of authority, okay, that is around you. I do feel like, there is a nurturing kindness about this person because of the way his flowing fields are definitely nurturing kindness. The Emperor instead rules with grit, straight, and strength and force, okay? So he's got a lot of strength, a lot of force, very powerful. This person is very dominant, who you may be around. About control, when it comes to control with the Emperor, for this card, it means authority, regulation, okay, organization. kind of like a fatherliness too. So some of you, this may be about your father, the way that your father was very overpowering to you, very dominant, maybe didn't put up with much shit, maybe very strict for some of you. Some of this you could be your partner who was very controlling in a lot of ways. So he does act rationally and accordingly to what it is for the greater good of the kingdom. So this person kind of responds to the situation for what it is at the time. Okay, so when you're arguing or having a fight with this person, they're standing their ground very strong, and they're going to be adamant and make sure they win. If you're with this person and perhaps you're sick or they're sick, someone's not feeling well, this person acts with the kindness and nurturing and fatherliness. Okay, so you'll see the difference between that. For the most part, I get with you Libras is, we do have your next card to be the Magician card. And with the Magician card, of course, the Magician is one of the tarot cards that's filled with symbolism. The central figure depicts someone with one hand pointed to the sky while the other hand is pointed to the ground, as if to say above and below, okay? So with this here, the Magician symbolizes the ability to act as a go-between the world above and the contemporary human world, okay? So some of you may be able to reach out to your spirits, your spirit guides, your angels, to get some guidance and direction. Some of you, again, may be dealing with somebody, of any of the four elements. It could be, earth, water, air, or fire. The infinity sign on his head indicates the infinite possibilities of creation within the will. So where there's a will, there is a way. So for the Magician, he can create anything just like that. So this card represents of pure willpower. Okay? This definitely speaks of desires. So this may speak of your desire to be with someone or someone's desire to be with you. So I definitely feel there is someone that is dealing with a Magician. Okay, now I do have the Devil in reversed. Okay, we know we got to worry about this Devil sometimes. But the Devil in reverse, it does feel, very strong in a lot of different ways. However, at least he's not upright, because when he's upright, that really concerns me. But when you get the reverse Devil, that card can be the moment when an individual becomes self-aware and breaks all the chains that come with addiction and poor habits. It might be because they're tired of running in circles and are in need of change. So that's why for Libra, you may know someone who is dealing with addictions, who has been dealing with them for quite some time. And now it says in the name of Jesus that these chains definitely will be broken. Okay? Because it comes with the poor habits of addiction as well. But definitely somebody is going to break all the chains that come with addiction. Okay? So that is a beautiful thing. One has to be prepared, though. Okay, one has to be prepared to make the necessary changes that might initially seem painful, to make the adjustment that will pay off in the end by being able to find your true self again. So they will be able to do that. Or maybe this is you, maybe this is your partner. Self-assessment is definitely called for in this case, okay? Definitely somebody needs to be willing to look in the mirror, to own their shit. They need to take some time and list all the things that they need to get rid of. And once that has been done, that's a time to embark on the difficult journey of self-improvement. That's the hardest part to do. Please encourage them to do that. All right, so then I have the Six of Pentacles. And with the Six of Pentacles, as we know, that can be quite different. The Six of Pentacles definitely speaks of, I'm going to say, giving money to beggars. That's what they're doing in the Six of Pentacles. She or he is handing out donations, charity, to the beggars that are kneeling at their feet, okay? This suggests that you are in a secure enough position to give others without affecting your own stability. So this is, in a way, very positive card, wanting to share your money, share your wealth. Maybe you're donating somewhere, maybe you're donating your time. But either way, it's where you have a good relationship with your income. So your finances, as I said, Libra, are going to be stable. Okay, you're also grateful for all that you own, and you can happily share with your wealth with other people. It's definitely about charity. So this card is about charity, giving to charity. You can either be the person giving away money to the needy, or a beggar gratefully receiving money. So what you need from a wealthy donor. So either or, either you are the beggar or you are the giver. But either way, a blessing is coming. Either way, either you're receiving one or you're giving one. Okay? So that's the positive card. So Libra, with all that being said, I just want to let you know that, things are going very positive for you in the month of January. There may be decisions that you have to make coming up in reference to love, maybe in reference to a career or your job situation, or living space or living area, meaning you may change your location. Other than that, things seem very positive, and we'll look and see what's coming. I'm sure I'll be able to get to do a mid bonus for you guys in the middle of January. But for now, hang on tight, because I do feel that there are past loves returning, or have already just recently returned at the end of December. If not, between the first and second week of January, I do feel that somebody is going to come forward. So what you were disappointed maybe with at Christmas time, you may see a big change coming right after the new year. So with that being said, hold tight and let's see what else is coming.